If you understand this, rejection will never hurt again. The pain you feel is not the truth. Rejection hurts. It always does. It feels heavy in your chest. It feels like something inside you just broke. It feels like silence becomes louder than noise. You wait for a yes, but you hear a no. And that no feels like a door slamming shut. Maybe you applied for a job. You waited for days. You imagined yourself working there. You saw your future. Then the message came. We regret to inform you. Your heart dropped. Maybe you told someone how you feel. You opened your heart. You took a risk, and they did not feel the same. You smiled, but inside you were falling apart. Maybe you worked hard on something, a project, an idea, a dream. You gave it your time, your energy, your hope. But nobody cared. Nobody noticed. Nobody said yes. And slowly a voice appeared in your mind. Maybe I am not good enough. This voice is quiet at first, but it grows stronger. Maybe I am not smart. Maybe I am not talented. Maybe I am not worthy. And that is where the real pain begins. Not from rejection, but from what you believe about it. Because here's the truth. Rejection is not the pain. Your interpretation is. You see rejection, and your mind creates a story about you, a story that says you are not enough. But that story is not real. It only feels real. Think about this. When someone says no to you, what are they really saying? Are they saying you are worthless? No. Are they saying you will never succeed? No. They are only saying one thing. This is not for me. That's all. Nothing more. But your mind turns it into something bigger. It turns one no into a life sentence. It turns one no into I am a failure. And that's the mistake. You are not your rejection. You are not your last result. You are not one moment in time. You are much bigger than that. Imagine this. You try a key in a door. The key does not open it. What do? Do you say, this key is useless forever? Or do you simply try another door? Of course you try another door, because you understand something simple. Not every key fits every lock. Now think about your life. You are the key, and the world is full of doors. Jobs, people, opportunities, dreams. Not every door will open for you, and that's normal. That is not failure. That is reality. But when you forget this, you start to believe something dangerous. If this door did not open, I must be the problem. And that belief slowly destroys your confidence. You stop trying. You stop risking. You stop moving, because you are afraid of feeling that pain again. But listen carefully. The pain is not coming from rejection. It is coming from meaning, the meaning you give to rejection. If you change the meaning, you change the feeling. Let me show you how. When rejection happens, pause for a moment. Do not react immediately. Do not let your emotions take control. Just breathe and ask yourself one simple question. What does this really mean? Not what it feels like, but what it actually means. Most of the time, it means one of these things. The timing is wrong. The fit is not right. The person is not ready. The situation is different from what you think. That's all. It does not mean you are not enough. It does not mean you will never succeed. It does not mean you are unworthy. It only means not this. And not this is not the same as never. This is a powerful shift, a small change in thinking, but it changes everything. Because now rejection becomes information, not judgment. It becomes direction, not destruction. It becomes feedback, not failure. Think about a person learning to walk. A baby falls, again and again. Do they cry? Yes. Do they stop trying forever? No. Why? Because they do not attach meaning to the fall. They do not think, I am a failure at walking. They simply try again. But as adults, we forget this. We fall once, and we create a story. I am not good at this. I should stop. I am not made for this. And that story becomes your prison, not rejection, the story. So here is the first lesson you must understand. Rejection is neutral. It has no meaning by itself. You are the one who gives it meaning. And that means something powerful. You can change it. You can choose a different story, a better story, a stronger story. Instead of saying, I was rejected because I am not enough, say this, I was rejected because this was not the right fit. Feel the difference. One makes you small, the other keeps you strong. One closes your world, the other keeps it open. This is not positive thinking, this is accurate thinking, because rejection is rarely personal. Most of the time it has nothing to do with your value, but everything to do with circumstances.
Think about all the things you do not choose in life. Do you like every person you meet? No. Do you accept every offer? No. Do you say yes to everything? No. Does that mean those things are bad? No. It only means they are not for you. The same is true when someone rejects you. They are not saying you are bad. They are saying, this is not for me. That is all. Nothing more, nothing less. But when you understand this deeply, something changes inside you. You stop taking things personally. You stop attacking yourself. You stop believing that every no is a reflection of your worth. And slowly, rejection loses its power. It no longer controls your emotions. It no longer defines your identity. It no longer stops your progress. Because now you see it clearly. Rejection is not about you. It is about alignment. And alignment takes time. It takes trials. It takes mistakes. It takes many no's before you find the right yes. And that is not a problem. That is the process. So the next time you face rejection, remember this moment. Pause, breathe, and say to yourself, this is not about my worth. This is about direction. I am not being rejected. I am being redirected. Hold on to that thought, because it will change how you feel. And when you change how you feel, you change what you do next. And what you do next is what shapes your future. This is where everything begins. Not with success, but with understanding. And if you understand this, rejection will never hurt you the same way again. Part 2. Turning pain into power. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is a signal. It tells you something matters. It tells you that you tried, that you cared, that you stepped forward instead of hiding. And that alone is powerful. Most people never reach this point. They stay safe. They stay quiet. They never risk rejection. So they never feel pain. But they also never grow. You are different. You felt the pain because you acted, because you tried, because you were brave enough to step into the unknown. So do not hate the pain. Respect it. But do not live inside it. Pain is like rain. It falls, it soaks everything, it feels cold and heavy, but it doesn't last forever. If you stand in the rain too long, you will suffer. But if you move, you will find shelter. Emotional pain works the same way. Feel it, but don't build your home in it. Many people make this mistake. They replay the rejection again and again. They think about what went wrong. They imagine different endings. They ask the same questions every day. Why did this happen? What did I do wrong? Why am I not enough? And slowly, they trap themselves, not in rejection, but in repetition. The mind becomes a loop, the same thought, the same feeling, the same pain, over and over. And the longer they stay there, the weaker they become. Because energy flows where attention goes. If you focus on pain, you grow pain. If you focus on growth, you grow strength. So here is the shift. You do not run away from pain. You redirect it. You take that energy and turn it into something else, something useful, something powerful. Think about fire. Fire can destroy a house, but it can also cook food, warm your body, and give you light in the dark. Pain is like fire. If you do nothing, it burns you. If you use it, it builds you. The difference is not the pain. The difference is what you do with it. So what should you do? First, accept the pain. Do not pretend you are fine. Do not say, "I do not care," when you clearly do. That is not strength. That is avoidance. Real strength is honesty. Say this to yourself. Yes, this hurts. I feel disappointed. I feel sad. And then stop there. Do not add a story. Do not say, "This means I am not good enough." Just feel the emotion, nothing more. When you remove the story, the pain becomes lighter. It is no longer heavy with meaning. It is just a feeling. And feelings pass. They always do. Second, create distance. Do not make decisions when you are emotional. Do not react immediately. Give yourself space. Take a walk. Breathe slowly. Sit in silence. Let the storm pass. Because clarity comes after calm, not during chaos. Third, change the question. Most people ask, "Why did this happen to me?" This question makes you a victim. It keeps you stuck. Instead, ask this: "What can I learn from this?" This question gives you power. It moves you forward. Because every rejection contains information. Sometimes it shows you a weakness, a skill you need to improve, a gap you need to fill. Other times, it shows you a mismatch, a path that is not right for you. Both are valuable. Both help you grow. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is meaningless. Fourth, use the energy. Rejection creates strong emotion, frustration, anger, disappointment. This is energy. Most people waste it. They complain, they blame, they quit. But you can use it. You can turn that energy into action. Train harder, study more, practice longer, become better. Let rejection push you, not stop you. Think about a spring. When you press it down, it builds tension, and when you release it, it jumps higher. Rejection is pressure. If you use it correctly, it will launch you forward. Fifth, focus on progress, not perfection. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to improve, a little better each day. That is enough. Because success is not one big moment. It is many small steps, repeated again and again. Rejection is one of those steps. It is part of the process, not the end of it. Look at people who succeed. They fail. They get rejected. They get ignored. But they keep going. Not because they do not feel pain, but because they do not stop. That is the difference. Not talent, not luck, persistence. And persistence is built in moments like this. Moments when you want to quit, but choose to continue. Sixth, separate your identity. This is critical. You must understand this deeply. What you do is not who you are. What happens to you is not who you are. Rejection is an event, not an identity. Say it clearly. This situation did not work. Not,
I am a failure. This small change protects your confidence. It keeps your foundation strong. Because once you attack your identity, everything becomes unstable. You lose belief. You lose motivation. You lose direction. But if your identity stays strong, you can handle anything, even repeated rejection. Seventh, build inner strength. Do not wait for rejection to test you. Prepare yourself daily. Read, learn, reflect. Train your mind the same way you train your body. Because a strong mind does not break easily. It bends, it adapts, it continues. Inner strength is like roots. The deeper they are, the stronger you stand, even in storms. Without roots, one strong wind can destroy you. With roots, you survive anything. Eighth, control your reaction. You cannot control rejection, but you can control your response, and your response is your power. Do not react with anger. Do not beg. Do not chase approval. Stand calm. Stand steady. Walk away with dignity. This is real power, because when you stay in control, you protect your self-respect, and self-respect is more valuable than acceptance.
Ninth, keep moving. Always. No matter how slow, no matter how small the step, movement is life. Stagnation is death. Even one small step forward is better than standing still, because movement creates momentum, and momentum creates change. Do not wait until you feel ready. Move anyway. Do not wait until the pain disappears. Move with it, because action heals faster than time, and progress destroys doubt. 10th, see rejection as training, not punishment. Life is not against you. It is shaping you. Every challenge is building something inside you. Strength, patience, resilience. Qualities you cannot learn without difficulty. Without rejection, you stay weak, comfortable, unprepared. But with rejection, you grow, you evolve. You become someone stronger, someone harder to break, someone closer to success. So do not ask, why is this happening to me? Ask this instead, what is this preparing me for? This question changes everything. It turns pain into purpose. It turns struggle into strategy. It turns rejection into power. And that is the moment your mindset shifts. You are no longer afraid. You are no longer weak. You are building something solid, something real. And from this point on, every rejection becomes fuel. Every setback becomes a step forward. Every no becomes energy for your next move. This is how you win. Not by avoiding rejection, but by using it. Not by escaping pain, but by transforming it. And when you master this, you become unstoppable. Part 3. Becoming unstoppable after rejection. There is a moment when everything changes. Not outside, but inside you. It is the moment you stop fearing rejection. It is the moment you stop running from no. It is the moment you understand something simple. Rejection cannot stop you. Only you can stop you. Read that again. Rejection cannot stop you. Only you can stop you. Because rejection is just an event, but stopping is a decision, and that decision belongs to you, always. Most people never reach this point. They get rejected, they feel pain, they lose confidence, and slowly they disappear. They stop trying, they stop dreaming, they stop moving. Not because they cannot continue, but because they choose not to. And that is how dreams die, quietly. Not with failure, but with surrender. But you are not here to surrender. You are here to understand. And once you understand, you become different. You become dangerous in the best way. Because now you are not afraid to try. And a person who is not afraid to try cannot be stopped. Think about this. What would you do if rejection did not scare you? Would you apply for more opportunities? Would you speak your ideas freely? Would you take bigger risks? Would you go after what you really want? Of course you would. And that is the power you are building right now. Freedom from fear. Because fear of rejection is one of the biggest limits in life. It keeps people small. It keeps people silent. It keeps people stuck in lives they do not want. But once that fear is gone, you expand, you grow, you move forward without hesitation, and that is when everything changes. You stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for approval. You stop asking, what if they say no? Because now you are ready for it. You expect it. You accept it. You even welcome it. Because you know every no brings you closer to a yes. This is not motivation. This is reality. Every successful person has faced rejection again and again. They were ignored. They were doubted. They were told they were not enough, but they kept going. Not because they were special, but because they decided not to stop. That is all it takes. A decision, a simple choice to continue. Even when it is hard, even when it hurts, even when no one believes in you. And that choice builds something powerful, momentum. Momentum is everything. It is what turns effort into results. It is what turns small steps into big change. But momentum only comes from movement, and movement only comes when you refuse to stop. So keep moving, even when you feel tired, even when you feel unsure, even when you feel rejected, because every step matters, every action counts, every attempt is building your future. Now listen carefully. There is another shift you must make. Stop chasing acceptance. Start choosing yourself. This is where real power begins. When you stop needing other people to say yes for you to feel valuable, when you stop looking for validation outside and start building it inside. Because if your value depends on others, you will always feel weak. One rejection will break you. One opinion will shake you. But when your value comes from within, nothing can destroy it. You become stable. You become grounded. You become free. And freedom is the highest form of power. You no longer need everyone to like you. You no longer need everyone to agree with you. You only need to respect yourself. And when you do that, something incredible happens. You attract the right people, the right opportunities, the right path. Because you are no longer desperate. You are aligned. And alignment is stronger than force. Now understand this deeply. You do not need every door to open. You only need the right one. One opportunity can change your life. One person can change your direction. One yes can make all the no's worth it. But you will never reach that yes if you stop too early. That is why persistence is everything. Not perfect effort, not constant success, but continuous movement. Forward, always forward, even if it is slow, even if it is messy, even if it is uncertain. Because the path is not supposed to be perfect. It is supposed to test you, to shape you, to prepare you. Every rejection is part of that preparation. It is building your resilience. It is strengthening your mindset. It is teaching you how to stand back up. And that skill is more valuable than any success. Because success without strength does not last. But strength creates lasting success. Now imagine your future self. Stronger, calmer, more confident. A person who is not afraid to take risks. A person who does not break under pressure. A person who keeps going no matter what happens. That person is not created by success. That person is created by rejection, by struggle, by persistence,
by choosing to rise again and again. So do not hate rejection. Do not fear it. Do not run from it. Use it. Learn from it. Grow through it. Because it is shaping you into someone powerful, someone unstoppable. And when you reach that level, life changes. You stop seeing rejection as pain. You start seeing it as progress. You stop asking, why is this happening? You start saying, good, I'm getting closer. That is the mindset. That is the shift. That is the difference between people who quit and people who win. And now you are no longer the same. You understand something most people never learn. Rejection is not the end. It is the path. It is the process. It is the training. And you are ready for it. So the next time you hear no, do not shrink. Do not step back. Do not doubt yourself. Stand tall. Take a breath and move forward. Again and again and again. Because your story is not finished. Not even close. The best parts are still coming.
The right doors are still waiting. The right people are still ahead. The right moment is still on its way, but only if you keep going. So keep going, no matter what. Because if you understand this, rejection will never hurt you again. It will build you. It will guide you. It will strengthen you. And one day, you will look back at every no and smile, because you will finally see they were never stopping you. They were leading you forward. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Self-Study Every Day for more helpful lessons. Leave a comment and tell me what you want to learn next.